Hi guys, I am Kushi. I am a first year student studying MBBS in Slovakia, Europe. And this video was a very spontaneous decision of mine. Today was the NEET exam, right? And after the exam, I got so many calls and messages from the people who know me personally. They just needed some information about Slovakia, how is the university, what's the fees, etc. etc. So I just decided, to why not make a video for it and maybe help more people out. So because it was so spontaneous and random, I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of questions, and I will just address these questions to you and maybe it will be a little helpful, right? So a little background is okay, so the university is Comenius University, which is mainly in Bratislava. Bratislava is the capital of Slovakia, and it has many faculties, right? So its medical faculty is in a town called Martin, which is Yesenius Faculty of Medicine. Let's get with the questions that ChatGPT gave me. How did you get admission abroad? NEET necessary होता है? Not really. NEET का score doesn't really matter. And अगर आपके high school का score अच्छा है and NEET आपने दिया है, so that is more than enough. जो main criteria है इस university का, it is that you have to clear its entrance exam. अगर आप उसका entrance exam clear करते हो, तो you can get the admission here. So एडमिशन इतना डिफ़िकल्ट नहीं है बिकॉज अगर आप एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम के लिए अच्छे से पढ़ोगे निकल जाता है. इट इज़ नॉट एज टफ एज नीट और बोर्ड्स. इवन इट इज़ ईजी टू अंडरस्टैंड. बेसिकली एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम ये देखता है कि आपका जो हाई स्कूल का बेसिक नॉलेज है वो आपके पास है कि नहीं. मतलब डू यू अंडरस्टैंड सर्टेन टर्म्स, डू यू हैव लाइक अ बेसिक आइडिया ऑफ व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी इन MBBS. सो इट इज़ जस्ट दैट. एंड जो भी मटेरियल आपको चाहिए राइट एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम के लिए प्रिपेयर करने के लिए सब कुछ इनकी वेबसाइट पे ऑलरेडी होता है. सो इट इज़ नॉट मच बिग ऑफ इशू कि एंट्रेंस कहाँ से प्रिपेयर करना है, कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है. इट विल टेक टाइम एंट्रेंस के लिए प्रिपेयर करना अच्छे से बिकॉज दैट इज़ द ओनली क्राइटेरिया. एंड इफ़ यू मैनेज टू डू दैट you're in good hands. You can ace that properly. And इतना पढ़ के फॉर बोर्ड्स आप इतना पढ़ते हो, आप इतना नीट के लिए पढ़ते हो. सो एंट्रेंस एग्जाम इज़ नॉट दैट बिग ऑफ अ डील. बट अगर आपने इन दोनों में इतना फोकस होकर नहीं पढ़ा है देन एंट्रेंस एग्जाम आपके लिए थोड़ा सा चैलेंजिंग होगा. बट इफ़ यू प्रिपेयर वेल इट इज़ नॉट दैट big of a deal really. And how did you choose this country or university? So why did I choose Slovakia first? Because it is a Schengen country. It is basically Europe में you can travel to many countries with one visa which is Schengen visa. So Slovakia is a part of that. And इस country में cost of living इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं है as compared to other countries. And why this university? Because इसकी rank अच्छी है, global rank अच्छी है इसकी. It has very good infrastructure. It has great teachers, very friendly, very considerate and very knowledgeable. I would really recommend this university. If you would ask me personally, I love it here. Just on a personal note. Was the admission process difficult? As I told you, entrance exam clear karna hai and then you might need help of a agency. But if not, I know some people who did not need agency's help. They did everything on their own. But I would prefer like it's up to you, it's up to you. Absolutely. जो first year के लिए head है basically for the incoming students and throughout their first year, that is Miss Eva in our university, and she is very friendly, she is very helpful. So once you get your offer letter, so the first step is you have to prepare for your entrance exam, then you give your entrance exam, and then you wait for the results. And if your result is good, you scored pretty well, then the university will send you an offer letter, like offer letter, admission letter, whatever you call it. So once you receive that, everything else after this stage, once you're accepted into the university, Miss Eva will help you out with it. So admission process in general is not difficult. Did you use a consultancy? I did to avoid any risk. Mindset was nothing should go wrong in this process, right? So that is why we did a consultancy, and I understand many people still would agree with it. But I would, one suggestion, guys, take a proper package from your consultancy because they fool you around a lot. They will play with you like you know, this process, this thing came up and we need these many thousands of rupees from you, like within a day or two. Like they will randomly come up with a document and they'll be like, oh, we need to do this, send us money. So be aware of these things. Now how can you, prevent this? Once you reach out to them, right, make a list of all the documents that are required, ask them for the fees that they require for each one of them, because you need to translate things, you need to courier things from Slovakia to India for like their official stamping of papers and etc, all of that. So I did not experience that very much, but like other students here did. So you have to be aware of that. Like ask for all the charges, all the fees that are required from the start, so that you don't get any surprises in the middle of your admission process, right? So that will be easier for you both, you and the agency both, if you have a level of understanding that yes, this much money is required. So how much did everything cost till arrival? So the main question, right, the main question is that what is the tuition fees, what is the consultancy fees, what is the cost of living, this that. So the main question is the tuition fees. So per year it is 11,500 euros per year, and it is quite high, I understand, that is true, but I would say it is um I would just say I am grateful to be here, honestly. That's all I can say, and then for agency, I think 2 to 3 lakhs is okay, is general price, I would say. Also, whatever fees is required by the university, that you need to give it to the university, it is mentioned on their website. So if your agency tells you that this is additional cost of entrance exam, the I think the cost of entrance exam is 70 euros. Check the prices on the website as well, just to make sure your agency doesn't scam you, basically. Hostel and food. So yes, I live in the dorms. If you ask about monthly rent, it is about 140 150 euros per month, which is not that, it's not that expensive, it's good money, I would say. How are the hostel rooms? Actually, hostel rooms are in very good condition. I think they are renewed every year, because when I came, everything was new, and I even asked like seniors here, and they were like, yeah, they are renewed pretty much every year, and they are. I would say they are not that small. They are spacious enough. Like it's not big either, but it's good size, I can say that. And it depends. The university has two dormitories. One of them is called the upper dormitory. It is present on top of a hill where the university is. It's not that big of a hill. It just takes 5 minutes to cross up and down, up like one side. And the second is the lower dormitory. It is present in the city, you can say. You can have a triple sharing bedroom, or you can have a double sharing bedroom. um yeah, so basically I live in a triple sharing bedroom. So we have three beds, three study tables, three almiras, one fridge, a small kitchen, and a bathroom attached. So it is that structured. I'm not really sure about the upper dormitory like layout plan. Is Indian food available there? Very sadly, it is not. Like you can cook Indian food, you can get the ingredients here. Ingredients are not an issue, but if you would say if there is any Indian restaurant nearby, it is not, unfortunately. There's a city nearby called Jelena. You can find Indian restaurants there, but not in Martin, unfortunately. But you can cook pretty well, and you'll get the habit to cook, so you'll become a good chef, I promise you that. Can you cook yourself? Yes, as I mentioned, my room has an attached kitchen, so I cook daily, and that's, yeah. Okay, what do you eat daily? That's a good question. I make pulao. I can make, what else? bread omelette, you can get chicken kebab here, you can heat that up. You can get pretty good frozen pizzas here. I love pizzas. And yes, in the hostel you also get a common kitchen. So it is like a big kitchen. Like it's on the ground floor and it's for everybody. So it has two ovens, it has a microwave, it has induction, it has coffee maker and everything else, a kettle basically. So that is common. So you can go anytime. It's I think from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and you can use oven, microwave, anything that you like. In your personal attached kitchen, like only induction is there, so no oven and microwave, but you have an access to it, so that's not a problem. Is hostel life fun or stressful? It is so fun. Like if you like, all of my friends live in the dorms as well, so it is fun, truly. How much is monthly expense? Okay, so it varies person to person, right? So it depends on how much you want to spend on groceries. It depends how much you eat outside, like how many times a month do you go outside and eat, what do you eat, and etc etc. A weekly budget of 20-25 euros for groceries, more than enough, I can say. It depends, right? So I know some people who order a lot from outside, who order, like who cook less but eat more from outside, and whereas there's some people who prefer to cook rather than order. Is MBBS abroad very hard in first year? It is stressful, I'm not going to lie. You have a lot of exams, like exams after exams after exams, so it is stressful, but it's manageable. It is totally manageable. So it's not something to be scared of. It is a part of, it is a part of your medical school. It's your journey basically. Exams are your second best friend, whatever that thing is, right? You have a lot to study. It is not easy, but everybody does it here, so it's not like you cannot do it, or it's not demotivating, it is not disappointing, it's nothing negative. It is medical school, right? So it is going to be a little challenging, but it's all good. To balance out the studies, you have a lot of fun here. You'll be doing so much around. I would prefer this lifestyle. Like I would like to balance studies and having fun. So if you know how to balance that, it is great. How many hours do you study daily? It depends on self-studying, right? I do study daily, like, so basically you have a lot of exams, so it depends from day to day. And according, like if I talk about the classes, lectures and everything, the first semester is more demanding, is more hectic than the second semester. And in the first semester you have a lot more classes. I can talk about this in detail, but maybe in other way, don't want it to be that long. If you have any other questions that I have not addressed, you can please let me know in the comment section, and I would love to take this journey forward, because I know there are many people who are considering MBBS abroad. Just a few more questions we'll do, right? And then we'll be done. Are professors supportive? Yes, they are very supportive. They are very friendly. They are very considerate as well. So one thing that is very different from India and here, like a vast difference, is the teachers. The professors here will address you as their colleagues, like their colleagues. They treat you as adults, not students. There's a difference. So they'll ask you like so professionally, and the environment is so positive, you can say, that even I remember the first time I got an email and it was like, hello colleague, hello colleague, how are you doing, are you comfortable with taking this test on this date? So I was like, huh. So that is a very good, that's a very good environment to be in. Is studying in English comfortable? Yes, it is. The accent is a little different, but once you get the hang of it, it's okay. It's not a problem. Is the local language necessary? You have to study the local language. So I have to learn Slovak for 2 years. It is not necessary to know beforehand, of course. You will start learning it once you start your studies here. And it is interesting, the language here is fun, the teacher here is great, and she makes it so easy and interactive. So Language barrier here, even even if you go to a random shop and just greet them in their own language, they become so happy that you're trying at least even just one word, hello, and then maybe say bye in their language, and they're so happy. So, and the language barrier, if it is there, just use Google Translate in your initial days. It is not a big problem. If you have Google Translate, it is a savior, like literally. Is there ragging? Nahi. Here there is no concept of seniors and juniors. Here there's no concept they do not treat you inferiorly. Is it safe for girls? This is the main question. Even my family was, especially my mother, she was so concerned about my security, about my safety. But guys, this is very safe. Even if you go out at night alone, you're not going to feel scared, you're not going to feel uncomfortable. Um, Even you'll see police just patrolling nearby all, like most of the times on in the night. So I would say it is very safe. I have not had any experiences that question my safety. How cold is the weather really? This is like something. I love winter, and here you get winter most of the time. And I experienced my first snow in 2025, so that was amazing. But right now it is summers, and I'm in my half sleeves, and you can just go outside. It is great, it is sunny, it is hot now. So it is seasonal, of course. Many people think that we don't have summers here because it is cold country. No, you have summers here. So yeah. In fact, we experience all four seasons. I have experienced, like when I came in September, it was end of autumn, so I could just see leaves everywhere on the ground, and I was just crushing them all. And for winters, as I told you, it snows. Snow is so beautiful. You should experience that at least once. And yeah, how do you travel there? So, Slovakia has its own airport in Bratislava, but I would say the main airport considered nearby that many people take is Vienna. So Vienna is just 1 hour away from Bratislava, and it is a bigger airport. So it has many more flights coming in and out of it, and that's the reason it's cheaper than Bratislava. So I think this should be uh, enough for this video. Enough questions. The video is long enough. And yeah, if you have any more questions, or if you would like to just um want to see my room tour, university tour, something, a day in my life, maybe, I don't know. I mean, this was such a spontaneous you know thing that I just did, and hopefully it was helpful to some people out there. And yeah, if you have anything that you would like me to do, please let me know, and I would love to take this journey ahead on YouTube, because I have been thinking about it for a long time. So I thought this would be a good start. And again, any more questions about MBBS abroad, comment. I would be more than happy to help. See you soon. If this was helpful, you know the drill. Like, share, subscribe. And yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.